What's up, y'all? It is Tuesday, and I'm continuing on with this session that I've been working on for the last few days with you guys. I think it's been like 2 live streams I've done on this song, and I wanted to just keep it going. I want to keep showing up for you guys and showing you more and more of the process because I think it's pretty... I don't know. It's kind of it's confusing when you see like a little bit of the process and then you hear the final song and you're like, well, how did you get though from like there to there? Because like, holy crap, there must have been a lot of stuff in the middle. So this video will be a little bit more detailed and we're going to dive deeper into the mix and master of this track that I'm working on. It's by Will Thompson and it is called Great Escape. And I got a bunch of plugins in here and I'm working in Logic Pro 11. So if you use Logic Pro 11 or Logic Pro X or whatever else, you're going to get a lot out of this video. If you've ever wanted to mix any sort of acoustic instruments, electric guitars, acoustic guitars, vocals, vocal stacks, female vocals, male vocals, all that stuff we're going to do in this session. So I'm going to do my best to give you as much value as possible in this live stream and really just like dive into this session. Right? So let's see where we're at. So this is Logic. If you've never seen it, welcome to Logic. And I'm Bradley Denniston. If you don't know me or you've never seen my channel or anything like that, I'm Bradley Denniston and I've been in music, been making music for 27, 28 years now. And I've been making my living in music for about 16 of those years. So I'm here in Los Angeles and Hollywood. And yeah, I just love making music. I've been making music forever and done some really cool stuff. And you could look up my credits and stuff. I'm not going to sit here and brag. But let's dive in. Let's dive right into what we got here. So first of all, I'm just going to play. Let's just play from like the verse 1 when the vocals come in. And if you're here for the first time, say what's up. If you got any questions, drop them in the chat. If you're here for the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 20th time, definitely say what's up. Don't be weird and don't just sit in the background. All right. It means a lot that you guys actually like show up and participate a little bit, or else I don't really like doing these. It's kind of weird. All right. So check it out.
Emergency. Hey. Sinking too fast, staying right where we are. Can't wait and see. Hey. Gotta be free. Break out like a teeny, find a little daylight. All we need is you and me, leave it all behind. Close your eyes and hold tight, and put your head in mine. Let's make a great escape, and vanish into the night. Get lost and fade away. Our hearts are burning bright. Forget everything, cut every weight. Go where our time's not stolen away. Let's make a great escape. And it feels like you and I are running the right way. Leave no trace.
All right, just first verse through the chorus, right? First chorus. So, yo, what's up, Thomas? Thanks for joining the channel. I do live song reviews, so you can cut the line now, which is dope. And you probably got access to some stuff that you can't get anywhere else, but, you know, welcome. And if you guys want to support the channel, you can always super chat me if you get something out of these videos. You know, buy me a coffee. That's all I ask. And if you also just want to be, you know, getting free game and stuff, that's cool too. Just say thank you. Throw some thumbs up, you know what I mean? Subscribe to the channel. Do your role, do your part, you know what I'm saying? Play your role. I'll play mine, all right? So here we got trumpets, we got top, bottom. I don't know what top and bottom mean, but it's probably like section stuff. These are all the horns. And then we have synths, which are all in purple here. We have the bass, we have the drums all in brown. I've been through all the drums pretty heavy by now. But I do want to take all these drums and I want to beef them up just a little bit because I feel like they're not really, they're not right. There's something weird about them. I'm going to just kind of solo these out so you can kind of hear what I'm saying. Also, This says NLS drum mix, and it's going to bus 10, but none of these drums are going to that bus. So let's see what we got going on here. And some of this is from the client, like putting stuff in there, and some of this is from me because I've been producing on this, and then he's been kind of working on it as well. All right, so let's get these drums going. So there's a weird like vocal in there, which is really weird. I don't know where that's coming from. It might be a hidden track. Let's find it. Drum shuffle, drums. So I actually recorded live drums on this, but I didn't like them. So here's all the live drum takes that you can see hidden. And yeah, I just kind of trashed those. So that happens. It happens with records. You like spend all this time, energy, go to a studio, cut drums, you know, do all this crazy shit. And then you're like, I don't like that. Let's go back. And then I reprogrammed drums and just like I didn't like them. So then I found a loop that I really fucking liked. And that's kind of what made it in, was this Oliver clap snap drum loop with this, what is this? Drum shuffle full. You know, like this music production, man, like sometimes you just like that shit ain't popping. So I'm not going to use it. When I put the acoustic drums on here, like the live ones, it just kind of pulled it too far into like this, like kind of dated sound that I just didn't like. Sounded like adult contemporary, you know, and I was like, eh. And this is already adult contemporary. Don't get me wrong. But the drum programming and the loops like made it just sound a little bit more modern to me and made it a little bit more fun. I'm looking for this vocal chop thing that's going to woo. So I think it's actually probably in a verb or something. I'm not sure, but here's all the drums soloed. Let's hear this again. Yeah, I'm not sure I want to treat that as a drum. I didn't know that that was a vocal chop. It looks like a drum. All right. Vox chop. I'm going to just call it that. And then I'm going to recolor that. You know what I mean? Because like that ain't right. That just ain't right. All right. And then let's bring that Vox chop up here. And let's hide this stuff again. Just get all that out of our way. Go up here with this Vox chop. Put it under the backgrounds vocals. We're going to get into the background vocals because I think these are really cool. They're female vocals blended with male vocals. This is what they sound like, but we're going to get into these as well. Escape and vanish into the night. Right, some cool layers in there, but we're going to make that like so much more beautiful and so much like more like a record, because right now they're kind of loose and loosey-goosey. They're not where I want them to be. They do sound pretty organic though, which is cool. So vocal chop, thank God I found that. Also this like big riser, long riser thing, this doesn't fit with drums to me, just because I don't want to process this like a drum. This is more like an effect thing. Especially this like tonality, it's got tone to it and stuff. This effects riser note. I don't know. I just want to call it something else. And then we'll probably put this with the synths, right? I just think that sounds more like a synth. I'm going to bring it down a little bit. I'm going to color it, purple, right? Or no, not that one. Let me see this. This is like purple. Oh, that's pink. I don't want pink. Blue? Nope. Perps. Oh, perps ain't working. We ain't working with perps right now. Perps ain't going. All right, there we go. All right, so I got my purple here for this riser thing because I think it's fitting better with the synths than the drums. The reason I'm doing this right now is because I'm going to process all these drums together. I'm going to throw them through a drum mix bus, and I want them to just be drums. And I don't know, I'll consider throwing this kind of riser thing through the drum mix bus, but let's grab all of these, hit X, go to my mixer, click here, go to bus, and let's bus these to bus 6 because it's open. And then we're going to go to bus 6, which is, where did it make it? What the fake? Usually it's the last one, but this time it was over here. All right, so we're going to call this drum mix. And you could see there's another drum mix right next to it. I'm going to delete that. Oh, that's drum room. I'm sorry. Drum room, drum room. There's 2 drum rooms. All right, let's delete this drum room. So see, there's like a lot of cleanup going on because when I'm producing something that someone gives me a session of, it's like, oh, I got to go fix all their stuff and like rearrange stuff. And it's just like, it's not making sense. Like that ain't hitting right. You know what I mean? Oh, and I also already have a drum mix and drum master bus here, which is great because this is what I want to work with anyway. So I'm going to color these brown. I didn't even see these. And also, let's go here and go create track. So let's make sure our drum mix and master bus are out here above the drums. Okay, hopefully you guys are following along. I'm sorry if I'm going too fast. I'm going to delete this other one. And these are all going to go to this drum mix. So bus 12. So it's already made. I know I made an extra bus here, which is what? This one here? Yeah, bus 6, yeah. And we're just going to delete that. Okay, don't care. All right, delete only empty tracks. All right, so now we're going to take all these drums and we're going to go to the drum mix here, which is bus 12. Boop, 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 boop. All right, go there, bus 12. And now this is going to change everything like dramatically for the gain staging, but that's okay because I'm going to just kind of work with it. So I got my drum mix bus and my drum master bus. Excuse me. So the drum mix bus is NLS, Pro Q3. I'm going to bypass this for now because I don't know if I need that or not. And then this, I probably will need this one, but I'm going to bypass both of those. And the NLS buses are Jason Joshua trick, and he actually learned it from someone else, so he doesn't even take credit for this, but 8 NLS buses. They're not doing anything, no drive or anything. You can turn the drive up a little bit if you want, but I'm not going to. All right, so now that's going to then go to bus 15, which is my drum master bus, which is the R bass, UAD Shadow Hills, blah, 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 dee-dee-dee, da-da-ding, boo-ba-bong, gaga-ding, barba-dang. All right, so it's quite a little, quite some crazy shit going on, right? We will get into gold clipping on this, but I even might switch this out for the SIR clip because I really like standard clip on drums, and I like it mainly for the soft saturation. And I'm going to go to no oversampling because I don't want any delay or anything. And then I'm going to make sure that I clip a little bit. So let's just kind of take this down just a touch. And yeah, we'll see what happens here. I don't know yet. I'm not like, oh yeah, this is it. This is how I'm going to have it. But Soft Clip Pro, I like this one better than I like the Classic. And that's just going to give me some soft clipping, some distortion. And then this guy, this needs to be changed, right? Because you could see left and right, this Curves Equator is a dual mono. It is not a stereo. So get rid of that. That's actually a mono plugin. And let's make sure that our other ones are not mono. Yeah, that's stereo. Okay, and then right after this, we're going to put the Curves Equator, boom. And, all right, now let's play the drums. All right, we're not going through the bus still. I don't know why. Bus 11, yeah, bus 11, bus 12. What the fuck? Oh, sorry. I'm like all over the place today. I apologize, y'all. I'm going to go to bus 12, not bus 11. This one says drum mix. I'm all over the place, so my shit's all unorganized. And I'm sorry, because that's probably confusing to you. And I don't mean to be confusing. That is not my intention. All right, so now we're going through the bus. Okay, now we got some gasolina. Okay, a lot of gas on this, man. Maybe too much, I think. Maybe too much. I might replace all of these with a different idea. So let's just go like this. Like go, and let's see what it sounds, or hear what it sounds like. That is way too many plugins to make that little bit of a difference. So I'm not going to use any of these. Like, that was a waste of life right there. Do not. Get the fuck out of here. You're fired. All right, now let's go to the Orion, because the Orion could work really cool here. And let's get the gain stage going in here. First thing we want to do is make sure that this gain stage from this first bus is working right. So I'm going to kind of trim up a little bit here. All right, gain staging. That is everything, all right? Gain staging. All right, so I'm going into the Orion. I'm going to bypass everything for now, and then we're going to turn on one thing at a time. I'm going to explain exactly what I'm doing with these, okay? But the first thing I'm trying to do is get this to be less chunky and just get the harmonics from this NLS bus. All right, that's doing exactly what I wanted to do. Now it's just giving it some harmonics. It's like making it more punchy, more fat, more just like in your face a little bit, standing to attention, right? And then we're gonna go to the Orion. And now the Orion, and I'm probably doing a little much here. I'm just gonna tighten that up a little bit. Orion is going to be kind of a chain of everything, right? It's like Jason Joshua and Cradle Audio got together and they were like, yo, dude, people are tired of putting 8 NLS buses on and then your whole like drum mastering bus and shit on. So can we just make a plugin that does all of that all in one thing, right? So this is like the NLS buses, and then this is like the mastering section, as far as I know. Okay, as far as I can tell, right? And this is just like the Start Me Up preset. There's a bunch of different presets here. You could see Easy Does It, Free at Last, Fruity, Louder. You can imagine what all these things are. But I'm going to set this up by myself because I typically don't like the color. I don't even turn it on. Usually I'll just leave this off, right? Because it's too much usually. Because my drums are usually already sounding like pretty intense, okay? So then this is the harmonics, and we can focus on the 50 or the 80, right? And we can blend in these harmonics, which is going to be like the R bass kind of idea. Okay, so if you throw R bass on there and you turned on the harmonics, right away it would be set at 80. So for example, if I go to R bass, just so you can see it, and you can visualize it, frequency 80. See this? This is the intensity. This is the harmonics. This right here is the harmonics of that R bass. That's what it's modeling. Is it exact? No, of course not. You know, I think they probably get sued or something for that. Okay, so let's go no plugin, Orion. So now we're gonna just hit this with that R bass and try to figure out where we like. That's a lot, right? It's like giving it a huge punch. And it's cool because it sounds modern to me. Sounds more modern that way, having that distortion. All right, now we got compression. Compression is going to be your, what is it called? It's the compressor I used before in this session. Let me see. Shadow Hills, right? So the Shadow Hills compressor. So that's what we got here. Okay, so we're just gonna hit this now. All right, so the A, B, this is the higher range, I think the iron, which is like around 100 hertz, right? And then this is B, B is the lower, is the 50 hertz range area of that compressor. So I'm gonna go around the 100 hertz and I'm just gonna bring this up so you can start to hear what it's doing. Cool. Sounds good to me. I'm also going to gain this back down a little bit, just so I don't overdo it. Again, I'm always thinking about gain staging. I'm always like, is that too much? Am I hitting this too much with too much information? Right? That's why like I typically don't have this on, because check this out if I turn this on. It's like, whoa, dude, you just gassed it up, right? And I think it needs less of that, because it's more of like a pop record, not a trap record. You feel me? So we're going to take this down like that. And actually, I'll take this and make it dynamic. And we're just going to duck this just a touch every time it hits. Nice, cleans it up nicely. So I used to, just a little tip for you guys, I used to do this, right? I used to go in and like constantly carve out, you know, and do filters and stuff on Pro Q3, Pro Q4, whatever. Like I would always shave out the bottom. And what I started realizing is I would get a lot more phase shifting in all my mixes. So it's very rare now that I use a high pass filter on something, unless I'm going for an effect and I don't care if it's out of phase or not. But with drums, I typically find, like, especially the kick drum, bass, you know, bass guitars, sub stuff, I don't really want to cut that out completely, you know. It sometimes makes the record feel really thin as well. So it's very rare that I do this on an individual track. I might do it on a bus, like a drum mix bus, or I might do it on the master bus, etc. But I typically just shelf down for the most part. That's how I run nowadays. So like this is going to be a dynamic, right? So it's kind of like a multi-band compressor. But if I did this and I went here, I could actually also just turn this down. So, I just want to turn down 20 hertz and below. You know what I mean? It's very easy to do, and you get a lot less phase shifting, which the phase shifting can get kind of gross on the low end and make your shit sound not as punchy, not as full, not as fat, and not as tight in the low end. So just a fun little thing to point out. All right, sick. So we're getting somewhere, right? Like this is getting tighter and tighter. The drums are getting punchier and punchier, sicker and sicker, bro. All right, so I don't know what I'm saying. All right, I just want to make sure you guys are entertained. All right, you guys entertained? What's up? That is great to know about. Hell yeah. Hey, nice to catch you, Thomas. It's great to see you, dude. You look great in the hat. Good beard. Nice. Looking like a happy dude. I like that. Happy people are what I'm about. Yeah, dude, I try to not... I'm not trying to make it look easy. I'm trying to get this mix done and not like spend an hour and a half streaming with you guys and like feel like I didn't get anywhere with the mix. Because I feel like I've done that for the last few streams and I don't want to do that this time. All right, so let's move on. I'm going to go to the lift here. The lift is parallel compression, right? So this is where we're going to get some, it's either parallel compression or, oh, you know what? Actually, no, it's not. What it is it's the, I'm sorry. My brain is not working. It's the fucking, I wish I would have left my other mastering chain on just so I could have told you what these plugins are. And this isn't coming from me. This is coming from Jason Joshua. Like he's gonna, like, he has a video where he explains this and he breaks it down and what it's modeling and mimicking in his process. But this is the tube one. I forget what it's called. It's like a tube distortion kind of thing. Yeah, you guys would know if you got it. Hell yeah, man. Cabana Boy's in the house. He's on the beach. All right, so let's bring this up. This is just going to basically bring harmonics in. Shit sounds so sweet. I love that. That is so good. Just give you a little bit more. Now here, I like this 3K. I like this EQ so much. I think it's so good. Check out what the 3K sounds like. Pretty sick. That's actually a really good EQ for drums because it's like so Pultec style, you know? It's like super clean and not super aggressive. All right, and now we have all of our different parallels, our parallel stuff. Sub, low, loud, grit. I might just use loud and grit on this. I don't know. Let's try the loud. Now these sound crazy and bombastic, right? Like, I think most people would agree. They're like, yeah, this sounds crazy, bro. This is way too much. You know what I mean? I'm going to bypass it and I'll put it in and out. Now let's put it in the mix because that's what matters, right? Like, let's put it in and out on the mix. So out. See how it doesn't feel like too much in the mix? Now it's like, oh, it's not enough. Like, can we get more drums, please? So it's just kind of funny because when you solo something, and it sucks because I'm not teaching this right. I feel like I'm probably leading people astray when I show you that kind of process that I just did, where I soloed out the drums and I like did all this stuff on this these plugins, and then I put it into the mix and showed you what it sounds like in the mix. I'm messing things up for you guys because this all is going through master bus processing and all that, right? So gain staging is going to be completely different when you put it into the mix because now the complexity of the waveform changes completely when you're hitting a master bus that has Manly and Gold Clip and, you know, the God particle on it. So when I solo the drums are soloed going through these three bastards, right? So now you're like, what the hell, dude? Why does this sound so huge and crazy and like fat and like distorted? Like most people would have sat there and soloed it and then made those drums sound really weak, you know? Oh, that's too much. I need to clean it up. I need to take this down, take it down, take it down. It's distorting. It's doing this, you know? But when you put it in the mix, it's not enough, right? I just know that though from experience that I know that when I put this in the mix, it's going to all, you know, come back to homeostasis, if you will. But I'm leading you astray by teaching you to do that. I was just wanting to take you through the process of what these things are. But yeah, don't do that. Like when you're doing a mix sort of thing and you have master bus processing on, don't solo out your drums and try to get them right. Like that's just not going to work. It's going to be very hard for you. I want to bring the 10K up. I'm going to bring the 3K up. I'm going to bring the 1K up. I'm going to give it that nice little boost. And I'm going to try this grit in the mix. Let's just push some of that. Okay, that's kind of cool. I like that. So now after the Orion, I want to throw a limiter on here just to like save my ass a little bit, right? And I do this a lot. L2007, do I have that installed? No, I don't. All right, that's one of my favorites. Limiter. I'm just going to put limiter on. I think this is the right one. No, that's not the right one. Limiter. No. I love the search function though. Like hell yeah, dude. Adaptive limiter. No. L1. No. Chandler. KHS. No. Where is it? I might not have all my stuff installed on this computer yet. The UAD precision limiter is really good on drums. You could use this bish. This is actually a really good one. I just set actually it's already set at -0.1. But you can bring that down a little bit. Oh, Nope. My demo expired. I guess I don't own that one. I thought I did. All right, back to the trusty L1. Auto release on, out ceiling. We'll go here. We'll do a little bit of threshold. Holy hell, that's so much, right? It's like too distorted for me. I'm just going to take these down. Probably the grit is like the thing I'm not liking too much. Let's go like that. And compression. Yeah, I'm going to just kind of blend this. All right, pretty good. Now let's go to the bass here and try to get this bass to work with this. I still don't feel like this is gelling right. It's just not right yet. Yeah, let's get that sound effect out of the drum bus as well. I feel like there's like all these risers and sound effects and shit that should not be in the drums. That's one thing I'm not digging. Ain't liking it. Bada bang, baby. Bada bang. All right, so let's get these out of the drum mix bus. Just go directly to the stereo out. Sick. Okay, great. We're getting somewhere. Okay, now the drums, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go boop, and I'm gonna say, hey, I want all the drums and bass, and then nothing else besides the vocals, right? So let's go in here, and let's just mute everything else. And let's put these vocals in. What I'm hearing, female vocals have too much low end, background vocals have too much low mids, etc. Lead vocal sounds really good. I like it. I think it sounds great. I might want a little bit more space around it just for the chorus, right? Yeah, but this all needs to be kind of like panned out and like widened and like feeling fuller and more interesting and texturized for the chorus, right? So we have Vox Chop, yeah. And then we have the background vocals. They are going to a bus 7, right? And this has a bunch of stuff on it. I did not put any of this on here, right? This is all from him. Like, I don't know what's going on here, and I don't know if it's going to be useful or not. So we have background. Those are all bus 7. And then we have bus 17, which is stuff I did. I just threw these through this compressor, but these backgrounds are bus 7. So I'm going to grab all these and let's solo these out, and let's hear bypass in and out what these plugins are doing.
Hearts are burning bright. Forget everything and cut every weight. Go where our time's not stole away. Let's make it Hearts are burning bright. Forget everything and cut every weight. Go where our time's not stole away. Hearts are burning bright. Forget everything and cut every weight. Go where our time's not stole away.
All right, so there's some pitchy stuff in there that I'm not a huge fan of. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy down, first thing, is get rid of these pitch corrections, and I'm going to copy down the metatune, the light metatune I have on his lead vocal. I'm going to copy these, this one to these, right? So we can get just a little bit better pitch correction going. I hate that Logic does that, by the way, when you drag it over and then it opens the thing again. I don't know if that's a setting that I can turn off, but then you got to close it and you got to open it and then you got to copy it over. Such a pain in the ass. Holy shit. All right, so all these pitch corrections are on 9 Cents Global Tuning Chromatic. That's probably why, right? They're probably just not getting the right notes on some of that. And let's hear the difference here between those two. Because the metatune just is very light, right? 36 on the milliseconds, 86.5. It's not even blended in 100%. So let's hear it.
Hearts are burning bright. Forget everything and cut every weight. Go where our time's not stole away.
Yeah, already just sounds a little bit better pitch-wise, okay? So the AMAC mastering, okay, so a mastering compressor like this is on a vocal, background vocal bus, is really overkill and almost just like, why are you doing that? You know what I mean? I don't know if this would be the tool that I would pick, is my point. Also, I don't know if it's adding any latency or anything. I'm just not familiar enough with it. So for that reason, I'm out. I'm going to get rid of that one. For that reason, fuck you. All right, so now let's go to, let's just give me some EQ. I want to mess around with the EQ and I want to get rid of everything else. All right, so let's just go, yeah, fab filter to fix problems, right? That's what we're going to do right now. And remember, we're like broadly EQing the group, which I don't recommend. I don't usually do this, but I kind of want to have like an overall EQ to it, is the idea. Just shaping it.
Hearts are burning bright. Forget everything and cut every weight. Go where our time's not stole away. Let's make a great escape. Feels like you.
All right, so this is an instant where I am using my high pass, right? Because I'm on a group, so I'm not worried about this being out of phase with the drum kit, other mics, or anything like that, you know? This is like a group of background vocals that are on their own. They're doing their own thing, so for that reason, I'm going to use a high pass filter. And I'm going to take it up to 18 per octave, and we're just going to, this is great for now. Like, this is all I'm hearing that I'm like, yeah, that needs to be fixed. Until I throw it through some sort of compression or something, that's what I like. I think that sounds good. So now I'm going to throw it through just like a group compression kind of thing. So for this, I like Slate Digital's VBC rack, right? Virtual bus compressors. You can use this whole rack, or I sometimes will just use the Pulsar Moo, right? Echo Rec Moom Boom. This is a great plugin for vocals, especially in groups. So let's get this kind of just glued together, nothing crazy. And we're also going to bring up volume with this. We're going to get some gain out of it.
Hearts are burning bright. Forget everything and cut every weight. Go where our time's not stole away. Let's make a great escape. Hearts are burning bright. Forget everything and cut every weight. Hearts are burning bright. Forget everything and cut every weight. Go. Hearts are burning bright. Forget everything and cut every weight. Hearts are burning bright. Forget everything and cut every weight. Go where our times are not stole away. Let's make a great escape. And it feels like you and
All right, so we probably need to clear up even more of that area, actually. These are chunky. I don't know if you cut these with like an SM7B or something, but we're just going to kind of get this cleared up.
Lights are burning bright. Forget everything and cut every weight. Go where our times are not stole away. Lights are burning bright.
All right, and that sibilance, right? Like we got to get that sibilance there. I'm going to take this actually down even more on the main, and we're going to bring that up. And then on the actual bus here, we're going to do just some de-essing here. We can use Soothe too. We can use Pro DS. We can use whatever we want for de-essing. It doesn't really matter. I just want to de-ess this. Wideband, split band. I think split band is better for groups, you know. Wideband for single vocals just depends. But this is a pretty freaking good de-esser. It can figure things out for you pretty much.
Lights are burning bright. Forget everything and cut every weight. Go where our times are not stole away. Let's make a great escape. Lights are burning bright.
Now remember, we don't have any of our instruments in right now. It's just drum, bass, and vocals. So what I'm trying to do is like really just get things to glue and feel really nice and warm and fat, but also clear, right? Which is sometimes a little bit of a it's a little bit of a challenge, right? But that's the name of the game. And remember, these are male vocals, and we also have female vocals in here, which will help with that top stuff, right? So I don't want to get in here and go like, oh man, I really need to brighten these up. These need to be brighter. These need to be brighter. And then I put the female vocals in and I'm like, man, this whole stack is so fucking bright. You know? Oh, it sounds like shit. You get what I'm saying? So you got to be careful with that because, again, you start soloing things out and you're like, I need this to sound amazing by itself. That's not the name of the game, man. We're mixing, you know? We're not soloing. We're not sound designing, right? So Vox Chop, I think there's a cool idea here where we can throw this through some processing and give it some depth. You know what I mean? Like just kind of detach it even more. Because it's kind of cool and like, I want to hear it more and maybe like it's just like a vibe, you know what I'm saying? So let's do a couple things. Let's go, first off, let's go like pan man, right? And let's just give it like a panning thing. Now, I like subtle pans. I don't like this like, you know, sort of thing. I always think that sounds really cheesy. So I want something to like kind of move around where you're like, oh, what the fuck was that? You know what I mean? I always like that. I think that's always cool in a mix. You throw on headphones or you're in the car and all of a sudden you hear a new thing that you never heard before. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit is so dope. To me, that's like, oh, that's the ultimate in a good mix. It's like, oh, I never heard that before. You know, you smoke a joint and then you're like, what is that sound? I never heard that in this record. That sort of thing. Okay, so there's a basic panning. I like 2-bar wide. I start with that. And then I'll go like smooth on this. Like I'll go in the middle somewhere. And then the wide, just to give it a little space. I don't want it to be like, whoa. You know what I mean? And then 2 bars, maybe we'll start with 2 bars. And then we'll see what happens. This needs to be, okay, 125, good. And let's hear it. All right, and that's really cool, actually. I really like that. And then let's put it back further, right? So let's go like true verb. With true verb, we can do some early reflection stuff. So I'm just gonna take the verb down really, really far, and the early reflections like medium or so. Make the distance really far, make the room really big, etc. You know, we'll even go outside of the room. And we'll just give this some dimension.
time's not stole away.
All right, so now let's start to treat these background vocals individually, right? Because I have them at a certain point, and remember, we're not working on these yet, so I'm just going to mute all these because we don't want to hear those yet. These are just the backgrounds I'm working on right here. Oops. I'm like, just these ones, and then I solo all of the backgrounds. Yeah, there we go. Just these. These 4 backgrounds, left and right.
And cut every weight.
I think they sound really good. I want them more compressed, right? In a really organic way, and they're almost there. I want more space around them. Obviously, they're very dry right now, right? And then I also want to clean up his clicks and mouths and, you know, blah, blah, blahs, like all this, you know what I mean? Little velociraptor sounds and shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to get rid of that kind of stuff, like all this ending stuff, all this clicks, the mouth breathing, you know, we don't want any of that. Why? Why do I want to stack that into the backgrounds? So you know what I mean? We already got that with the lead vocals. We got that with all the other vocals. A little bit goes a long way, so you can leave some of that stuff in there. You know, that's up to you. Oh, well, I like it. It makes it sound more human. All right, then do it, dude. Do whatever you want to do. I'm just showing you what I do with these. All right. I'm just going to do this quickly because I'm not trying to spend this live stream on a bunch of editing on vocals. But yeah, let's go through and just like, what is this?
Not stole away.
Yeah, beautiful. All right, so these are like the longer ones. Let's go a little wider with these. 51, 51, 51, 50. You guys got 51, 50? Man, I love mixing and editing and doing weird shit, man. It's always fun. All right, so those go a little wider. These go, that's good, 33, 35, 35, something like that. All right, now this is a good width for them. All right.
Our hearts are burning bright. Forget everything. Our hearts are burning bright. Hearts are burning bright.
All right, you got to be careful with that. My concern here is that's the lower harmony, right? It's a lower harmony. I don't like my lower stuff to be out in the sides too much. It's just hard because like that low stuff will just get really congested and it makes the record sound a little smaller. So I might actually reverse this. So I'm going to go background vocal here, like 30 and 30, right? And I don't know why I flipped the left right on these, just keeping you guys on your toes. Maybe even 25, 25, right? And then these guys, we're going to go even wider on. So 50, 50. So the lower stuff I like to usually keep pan tighter.
Hearts are burning bright. Forget. Hearts are burning bright. Forget. Hearts are burning bright. Hearts are burning bright.
And you can hear he's hitting the microphone different on this background. So this background, I'm going to go boop, and I'm going to come in here and I'm going to gain this down.
Hearts are burning bright. Forget. Hearts are burning bright. Forget everything. Hearts are burning bright. Forget. Hearts are burning bright. Forget. Hearts are burning.
Yeah, just smooth that bitch out. Now let's hear these left and right together.
Hearts are burning bright. Forget.
Whew, magic, baby. Yeah, that's the magic of the stereo, ho. Where you stereo hoes at, hoes? There any hoes in here? I'm just kidding. Just playing. Don't take offense to that if you are a hoe. And you're like, dude, you call me out, bro. You call me out, I ain't a hoe.
Hearts are burning bright. Forget. Hearts are burning bright. Hearts are.
Woo! All right, now background vocals. I like them real smooth. I'm just going to like really smooth butter silk them out, baby boys and girls. We're going to go left and right on this, right? So we're going to go, I'm going to say left, harm, low, male, right? because that's really what it is. And I'm not going to see any of that in the thing, but, you know, whatever. I'm doing it anyway because I'm a bad boy. All right. And then let's go just a little wider because that's how I'm feeling. I'm just feeling like I got to just like, it's like when you're mixing like this, you got clay and you're like, and then oh man, I gotta smooth the bottom out, and then you got round that shit, and then I'm gonna make a little fucking ball over here. You know, that's kind of how I treat it. I don't treat it like step 1, step 2, step 3. It's modular. You know, you go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That's kind of what mixing is. It's like painting. All right, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna throw de-esser on this. So DS. Let's go again, Pro DS, because it's right there. You know what I mean? That's why I picked that, because it's right there. And also it's my favorite. But hearts are burning bright. You know, we're going to get that and we're going to pop it down. And then I'm going to copy that over because I just adjusted that one.
Hearts are burning bright. Hearts are burning. Hearts are burning bright. Hearts are burning bright. Forget. Hearts are burning bright. Forget. Hearts are burning bright.
Whoo. Now this is where like compression really starts to like hold everything together and make everything smooth, right? So so that you don't get that like, oh, this right side is like way boomier than the left side, and like my vocals feel like this, or like this, right? Or like that, or like this, or like that. You know what I mean? It's this imbalance that's all fucked up. So I want to put compressor on this. So let's go with a LA2A for this, because why not? That's kind of how I'm feeling. I'm feeling like, why not? Why not? Oh, LA3A, because why not? LA3As are amazing. They're so smooth. And they don't give you that like peaky, distorted tube stuff because they're solid state. I know it's a plugin, guys, by the way. All right.
Hearts are burning bright. 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 Forget.
Whoo, that's so buttery, right? That's like so smooth. It like went in and it was like, nah, you got like these humps and like this weird stuff going on. We're just gonna like cut all that and sand it down. You know, that's what we did, like sand it down nice and smooth. Smooth it out, baby. All right, now dimension. This is where we get into dimension with the backgrounds. So now we want to, I'm gonna send from these backgrounds. Gonna go here and we're gonna go bus 6. Because why not? And we're going to find bus 6 because it's been doing some weird shit on me. Yeah, here we go. We're going to go here and we're going to color this pink. So we know that that's part of our vocal, our little vocal baby. All right, then we're going to go BGV verb. All right, and then one of my favorite background verbs of all time. Let's see if this even works. Altiverb 7 in Logic Pro 11. Kind of risky. Oh, beautiful. All right, we'll probably get some weird shit going on though. We'll see. All right, I need this like room, this like what is it? Domestic? No. Studio. There's this room that I really like. I think it's like the waiting room of some fucking studio. And it's super dope. Maybe it is in like the rooms. Ah, here we go. It's the Jet Studio lobby. I don't know why, but I just love this. I think this sounds like super organic for a reverb. All right, so there's the altiverb. All right, so that's where the background vocals are going. All right, if I take these, I'm just going to bring these up into that verb.
Hearts are burning bright. Forget everything. Hearts are burning bright. Forget everything. Hearts are burning bright. Hearts Hearts are burning bright. Forget everything, cut every weight, go. Hearts are burning bright. Forget everything, cut. Hearts are burning bright. Hearts are burning bright.
God, it sounds so good. It's just like a space. I love that about it. It's not a huge reverb or anything. Just the space. We're just putting the vocals in a space, right? And another thing I love to do with these backgrounds is let's make another bus here. Building out this like really buttery, silky, smooth kind of background vocal thing, okay? So bus 9. We're going to go bus 9 right here. We're going to go here. We're going to option C that bish. Going to C me. And we're going to go B, G, V. And we're going to go chorus. I guess that's what I'll call it. But you'll see what I'm doing here. We're going to give this the H3000. Factory MK2. Interesting. I don't think I've ever used this one. Nah, I don't want to use that. I want the factory bish. I want that good one. I want that classic. Classic H3000 factory. All right. Go to this guy. This is my baby boy. All right. And then we'll go to this one. And then we're going to go to micro pitch shift. And then I'm going to take this and yeah, I guess I can leave it on 100% wet. But left and right, I want to take this down to like 7%. Because you know why. All right. And then that's the H3000 factory. It's like going to give me like this wide chorusy like gloss. It's going to push the vocal back in the background even a little bit.
Hearts are burning bright. Forget it. Hearts are burning bright. Forget.
Good God. Good God. That is so good. Right? That just feels like I recorded this in like an amazing space. Like you just cannot, I don't know. I can't believe you can do that with plugins nowadays. All right, so check this out. Bypassing the buses, the sends.
Hearts are burning bright. Hearts are burning bright. Forget it. Hearts are burning bright.
That's a great place to start, right? Now, the next thing I want to do is you could do a couple things. Like I like the idea of throwing a slap delay up and then also a longer reverb that's going to be going to take you to the depths, right? It's going to give you that depth, that deepness with the backgrounds. But this is how much I'll do on a background vocal for sure. Because this is the chorus, right? I want it to be like so beautifully painted and like smeared and I want the edges and the shadows and I want that like, you know, the big mountains in the back, you know. I want it to be just gorgeous, right? That's kind of how I think in my head. So those two things, like you're thinking, nah, that's not that much. Like, what the fuck? Like, you really like think that that's enough? And I'm like, no, we're doing layers. You know, you layer. It's like making a cake, a really, really good dessert. You know, you got to layer and all the layers got to be just very fine detailed, if that makes sense. All right. So let's go in here. And next thing we'll do is we'll try a slap delay because I think this is going to be really dope. All right, go to bus 19, go over here, go there, go bam, make that pink again, and then we're going to call this Vox slap, background box slap a hoe up. All right, now my go-to on this would be CLA vocals and just literally go boom, go boom, go boom, oops, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, a little bit of stereo might be cool, but mainly just slap, right? Boom. Now, that's all I've done. I just literally gave it a little stereo and full-on slap. And let's see, as we send to this, what this does. I mean, let's hear. I try to, like, use my verbiage, right, when I'm mixing and doing these live streams, but it's really hard. Now, let's see, but really you want to say hear, you know? Let's hear what this sounds like. All right, so we're going to blend this in.
Hearts are burning bright. Forget everything, cut every weight, go where our time's not stole away. Let's make a great escape. Hearts are burning bright. Hearts are burning bright.
Yeah, it's cool, but it's not enough. It's really not enough. What I'm going for is not that. That's not giving me what I want. I want like this like pre-delay kind of slappy thing, you know? Like slappy on your pappy. Get all clapped up. Yeah, here we go. Let me try this. Let me get into some of this mix wave shit. God, I love mix wave. I love their plugins so much. Oh, I'd marry it. I'd marry all their plugins if I could. Benson Germanium. You guys don't even know about some of this shit because it's not out yet, and I shouldn't even be showing it. I feel like I'm breaking the law right now. All right, so let's try this. This JHS slap boost. Now remember, we're doing this on vocals, right? So we're doing this like kind of slappy pappy kind of vibe. Okay, let's try vocal slap right here. They got a preset. Vocal slap.
Hearts are burning bright. Hearts are burning bright. Hearts are burning bright. Hearts are burning bright. Forget everything. Cut every weight. Go where our time's not stole away. Hearts are burning bright. Hearts are burning bright. Hearts are burning bright. Hearts are burning bright. Forget everything. Cut every weight. Hearts are burning bright. Forget. Hearts are burning bright. Hearts are burning bright. Forget. Hearts are burning bright. Forget everything.
God, that's sexy. So like this thing, this is going to sound so cool when I give the lush reverb, right? But I'm trying to get the filter right. I want this to be like really bandpassed.
Hearts are burning bright. Forget everything. Cut every weight. Go where our time's not stole away. Let's make a great escape. Hearts are burning bright. Forget everything. Cut every weight. Go where our time's not stole away. Let's make a great escape. Feels like you and I are running the right way.
God, that's sick. That is so beautiful. Imagine that on a guitar, you know, like a synth, like a Juno kind of thing, you know. You know, you could do some really cool stuff with that one. But anyway, so that's good. I like that. That's great. I want it exactly like that. If you want to sauce that up a little bit, again, just take this H3000 and just put it right after it, right? And you're going to get this like watch. Listen.
Hearts are burning bright. Forget everything. Cut every weight. Go where our time's not stole away. Let's make a great escape. Feels like you and I are running the right way. Our hearts are burning bright. Forget everything. Cut every weight. Go where our time's not stole away.
It's like layers, right? Like we're going to just layer up the cake. All right. So I'm going to actually leave those. I don't think they need a lush reverb. I think these will probably want a little bit more depth.
Our hearts are burning bright.
And here's the fun part, right? We already did the work. We did all the work here. So besides the fact that like we had to do like some fixing EQ kind of stuff here, but we already kind of did the work on this one, right? So let's just go boop. I don't know why that just bypassed. I must have clicked twice. Boom, 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 boom. See, I hate that. So I'm pulling over these plugins, and every time I do it, it opens up the plugin. Fucking hate that. There's got to be something, man. There's got to be something. I'm going to hold down Control as well. Nope. I always wonder, like, if I just hold down a random thing, you know? Shh. Command. Nope. All right. So anyway, just grabbing all these and putting these over here. And then same thing here. We're just going to go bus 6 on this. All right. Boop, 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 boop. 100%. Boop, boop, boop. And bus 9. You know, bing, bing, bing. This is where Pro Tools is better when it comes to mixing and stuff. Like you can just like open them up and copy sends and all that shit. Unless you can do it in Logic, and I just don't know how to do it, and I don't want to take the time to learn it right now. All right, so let's hear these together.
Our hearts are burning bright. Forget everything, cut every weight. Go where our time's not stole away. Let's make a great escape. Feels like you and I are running the right way. Hearts are burning.
All right, another fun thing to do. Switch out your compressors, right? Give different compression to different vocals. It'll give different tonalities because every compressor is going to have different harmonic structure. Like, for example, I'm compressing with LA3A. That's a solid state compressor. Solid state opto compressor. If I compress with an LA2A, it's a tube opto compressor. If I compress with a variable mu compressor, it's a Foley tube compressor. 1176, a FET compressor. They all have different, and these are modeled very well, by the way. It's not like, these don't sound, they don't sound like they're hardware. We live in 2025. We don't live in 1998 where that was a debate, so, it's not a debate anymore, I promise you, unless you got superhuman hearing. I guarantee I can mix something and like A/B it against stuff that was like that I did hardware and software only, and you'd be like, oh, that's that one. That one's the hardware and that one's the software, and you'd be like 50-50 on it every time because it's just so hard to tell. But anyway, I digress. I'm gonna go and just get myself a different compressor, and for this, I want that buttery sound. And like I think I showed this in the last video I did, Audioscape V-Comp. This shit is like, it's like raw grass-fed organic butter. You know what I mean? It's like so good. It just gives this this glue and silk. But I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go to the modern style because I feel like this one's a little bit more silky smooth. And you see there's a stock and a drive. So you can kind of do either or. And I'm going to gain this up just a touch because I don't really know how this is going to sound or what it's going to do. But then I'm going to adjust and then I'm going to copy over.
Hearts are burning bright. Forget everything, cut every weight. Go where our time's not stole away. Let's make a great escape. Feels like you and I are running the right way. Hearts are burning bright. Forget everything, cut every weight. Go where our time's not stole away. Let's make a great escape.
I just did the classic thing where I'm like adjusting the compressor and I have the vocals on mute. I'm like, doesn't sound any different. This thing should be working like crazy. Wrong vocals, dickhead. You guys should have told me. Nah, you probably didn't know either. You're like, what the hell? Doesn't sound like it's doing anything. So classic. All right, back to the modern and the first idea I had, right? Like not overdoing the shit out of it.
Our hearts are burning bright. Forget everything, cut every weight. Go where our time's not stole away. Let's make a great escape.
Yeah, it's so crazy. And like the left has more mid-range in it than the right this time. Okay, so now I'm going to fix that. And this is like part of the mix. This is why you hire a mixing engineer, because you're not hearing that shit. I guarantee like most people on this stream right now did not hear anything having to do with that. They're like, what are you talking about? What are you even talking about? There's more mids in the left vocal, right? So I'm going to take those down.
Our hearts are burning bright. Forget everything, cut every weight. Go where our time's not stole away.
Closer, right? So that takes some adjustment there. And you could also just go to this other right side and bring this up a little bit. And then you'd probably be more balanced there.
Our hearts are burning bright. Our hearts are, our hearts are, our hearts are.
Also just louder on that hearts part, right? Our hearts! Like he's hitting like his throat more here on this left side. And look, you could see the waveform. Like this looks bigger because it has probably more low end in it, but this has more mid and it's like hitting that throat, that rasp. And it's just sounding like going forward more, you know what I mean? So on this, I actually probably got this wrong. I need to go up here and go probably more in here, right?
Our hearts are burning. 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 Our hearts are burning bright. Our hearts are burning bright. Forget everything. Our hearts are burning bright. Our hearts are burning bright. Forget everything. Cut every weight. Go where times are not stolen away.
Oh, goodness gracious. All right, so now we have these going. Let's get a lusher reverb for these background vocals. Like we're just stacking these babies up, right? We're just starting to stack. And this is like the fun part to me about mixing is like painting and getting the layers and the textures and then giving it to the client going, how the hell did you do that? You know what I mean? You're like, very carefully and lots of like tedious moves and like chiseling stuff you were not going to do and you would not want to do because it takes hours, right? Like how long have we been streaming? Hour and 10 minutes, right? Hour and 12. And I'm pretty fast with this. If I wasn't talking through it, I'd be like, boop, 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 you know? I'd have this shit pretty dialed in pretty quickly. But I'll show you the next thing I'm going to do. So let's go and send these to a different bus. Are you guys liking this or not? I feel like whoever's on here is like falling asleep. I ain't hearing from you guys. I only got 10 thumbs up. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Y'all okay? Like it's Tuesday. I know you're like, oh man, it's just Tuesday. It's just Tuesday, bro. But hell, y'all, like I don't need to stream. I don't need to be sharing this shit with you guys. So you guys like liven up a little bit, right? Like what is this like? You guys dropping comments every like 15 to 30 minutes or something? Forgots to be tuned. No, I don't know. One of the forgots needs to be tuned. Yeah. Definitely some tuning needs to be done. I'm not going to do that though. I'm not going to go in and tune all this. The reason I'm not going to do that because I think it would take away from it. So like this, what you're saying here, Randy, which is, you know, good. Like people like tuning, you know, especially engineers that have been doing this forever. They're like, I want to tune that. Oh, I got to tune that. I got to tune that. I'll tell you in my experience for the last 5 years, that is going away. Like hard tuning stuff that's like a little bit out, you know, I try really hard not to do that because people like the authenticity. They like it a little bit flat, a little bit pitchy. And, you know, if it's like way too pitchy, then yeah, I get it. But these are like stacks and doubles and harmonies. And there's just so much going on that if you overtune shit, ooh, people just hear it. They don't like it. You know, it sounds overprocessed, inauthentic, especially with this style of music. If it was like, you know, super pop glossy kind of shit, which, you know, let's face it, that's not even cool anymore. Like that's not hot. People aren't like, oh, I love glossy pop. You know, even espresso is more like funk pop. You know, think about me, you know, but yeah, that's just like, that's nothing like this song, right? Super glossy female pop vocals. All right, well, you guys are asleep. I'm gonna get out of here. Nobody's saying anything. I feel like I'm talking to myself, and I don't really like streaming to people that aren't gonna say anything or even respond. So I'm gonna get out of here. I appreciate you guys coming through though. Hopefully you got a lot out of this. I'm gonna finish up this mix. Peace.